I like both of those. I think that I'm like you, Andy. I think that I tend to probably start with like this big sort of lofty idea and then figure out how do we get to it. Um, I think that one of my favorite recent villains that I've seen and what I'd like to replicate one day is for anyone who's familiar with Fantasy High, Dimension 20, Kipper Lily Copperkettle, from the Rat Grinders. From the first moment she comes on the scene and just the way Brennan reacts without even any words to the bad kids like making fun of her, like like, oh, that they just, even if she wasn't before, she's a villain now. And I think that giving your villain things that your players want, especially like right in front of them, I think can also go a long way in helping to sort of get your players a little on edge about this idea, even if they're not quite evil yet. I think that being able to make your players jealous of who's eventually going to be the BBEG can give you some very unique opportunities to play with expectations and preconceptions of maybe what is about to happen or what could happen with them.
That's a great way to bring your villain in early, right?
Hmm.
I mean, that's such a good circle back because you don't need every confrontation with a villain or even every like interaction with a villain to be a confrontation.
Yeah. In fact, I just realized, so I haven't been able to do this before, but something that I've heard of that I think would be really, really good is, especially if your BBEG has the means, like if they're a higher level mage, they can get around easily, they have connections. Let them take credit for stuff that the heroes do before the heroes can take credit for it.
Yeah. Yeah, stuff
Yeah.
like that is
Ooh.
brutal.
Ooh.
A rival eventing party that just took credit for all of the stuff that you've done. Oof.
I feel like Callie just thought that in her head, like went back to our campaign, and was like, gee, if the bad guys would have taken credit for all the things that we did, Roz would have been pissed.
I don't even know like how Roz would have handled that. She would not have been okay. She'd be like, "This is bullshit."
Okay,
uh,
which one is worse? Them taking credit for what you've done or setting you up for a fall where the job that you were hired to do is something that nobody else wanted and
So
you end up being the bad guy.
so
Do you
mm,
hate stuff like that?
that varies from character to character. For Roz,
Uh,
she'd hate not getting credit for doing something good
because
more.
she wants to be a hero
She
as
wants to be a
well.
hero,
Yeah.
literally. That's like her big ambition. Then like Ember on the other side of things would, if you set her up, she'll fucking murder you.
Yeah.
Absolutely, she would
Yeah.
hate that more.
Hmm.